So we did this yesterday. In the last 35 consecutive seasons in the NFL, J-Mac, 35 consecutive seasons, there are 4+ new playoff teams. Yet fans are always outraged when you eliminate 4, 5, or 6 teams. So yesterday, in the much harder to predict NFC, I had 3 new playoff teams. Today, we do the AFC. Now, that's a much easier conference to predict. Last year, I went 4 for 4 on division winners. Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, C.J. Stroud, pretty easy. So I think the AFC is much, much easier to predict. Yesterday, you're throwing darts on some of it. I don't know how well the Niners draft. I don't know. How good is Darnold in Seattle? I don't know. I think I know. I don't know. So today, we go to the AFC. Again, I think this is an much easier conference to predict. Let's start with the AFC East. If Josh Allen is in his prime, like Brady was, he will win this division going away. Front office, coach, they've added Joey Bosa, Josh Palmer, a couple good linebackers. This is the best team going away. They got the star quarterback, the star back, the left tackle. They're going to be fine. And a good edge rusher, capable coach. Patriots, one of my surprise teams in the league. I think they have the second most talented quarterback in the division. I don't think it's particularly close in Drake May. They got to get him weapons in the draft, but it's a very good tight end running back draft. And they upgraded with Mike Vrabel at coach from Gerard Mayo, who just didn't work, and they spent a lot of money. So this is going to be a different team. I think they will double their win total, no question. Dolphins third, no notable upgrades, but smart coach, capable quarterback. If Teron Armstead retires at left tackle, that is a problem. That is a problem. And the Jets, it is what it is. I got a new coach, downgraded quarterback from Aaron to Justin Fields. It is what it is. I think this is an easy one. Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets. AFC North, great division. I'm going to go Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Brown. Okay, the Ravens, the only thing I worried about is Ronnie Stanley, the left tackle, coming back? Answer is yes. Bengals, cheap franchise. Their 3 best players, Burrow, Jamar Chase, Hendrickson, even T. Higgins, our 4 best players, aren't particularly happy. Very, very top-heavy. But this year, I think basically Burrow and their star receivers will lead them narrowly to a wild card berth. Whether or not Aaron Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh or not, they are tone-deaf offensively, and over the last 5 years, they just consistently get bad late in the year. Steelers third. And I like the coach in Cleveland. They got Myles Garrett re-signed, but, what do they, fish rot from the top or the head or something like that? What's the saying? I just don't trust the organization ownership. AFC South. So I think Tennessee will be the most improved team. I'm going to take the Texans, Titans, Colts, and Jags. Now, the Texans are rebuilding the O-line. They moved off 3 guys, so I think they had to. They fired Bobby Slowick. But, again, I get the best quarterback. I get arguably the best coach. So I'm going to go with the Texans. C.J. Stroud, again, I'm going to do it again this year. Best quarterback in the division wins. I think Cam Ward actually is pretty electric and wins some games for the Titans and will arguably be the second best quarterback in the division. And also, you're kind of guessing on him. You don't know what he is. So generally, you need an off season to figure out what a quarterback is. I think Cam Ward comes in, does some backyard football. But J-Mac likes the Titans as a surprise team. I do too, potentially as a playoff team. I like the Colts roster, but they're going into camp with a quarterback competition. That sounds very collegiate. Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson, don't love either. Like the coach, the GM, the roster, Colts third. I don't know what to make. Trevor Lawrence hasn't been what we thought. They've got a new coach. Again, do you trust the front office? I'll watch their draft. It is what it is. Finally, the best division in football. You get literally everybody. I'm going to go Chargers win the AFC West. Kansas City's the wild card team. Broncos third, Raiders fourth. So I'm going to lean into Jim Harbaugh. I think Najee Harris is the perfect running back for this offense. They brought Mike Williams back, a physical receiver. I thought their improvement last year was remarkable. I think they'll keep improving. We've got to be honest about Kansas City. They're not winning all those close games again. Their offensive line is in total flux. At left tackle, they're going to start a left tackle that's never started. They let go of Joe Tooney, their best offensive lineman. I think Denver made 2 big swings on defense with Hufanga and Greenlaw. I think they both pay dividends. I even think the Raiders will be viable. Geno Smith, they got their O-line set. Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, Max Crosby. I think their defense has some players. They were all banged up last year. They gave the Chiefs fits twice. This division, I don't think the winner of this division wins more than 12, whoever it is, and I don't think the 4th place team wins fewer than 8. So I think this is the best division going away in football. I mean, the coaching is Jim Harbaugh, Andy Reid, Sean Payton, and Pete Carroll. And Pete's got Chip Kelly. And Andy Reid's got Spags. And Kansas, and then all of a sudden you got the Chargers have Jesse Minter on defense with Harbaugh. This is arguably the best coach division in the history of the NFL. So my division winners, I'm going to do it like last year with one exception: Bills, Ravens, Texans, Chargers. Wild card teams are the Patriots, Bengals, and Chiefs. So I have 5 new playoff teams, 2 in the AFC here, Patriots, Bengals, and 3 in the NFC. So I have 5 new playoff teams. There have been at least 4, and often more, for 35 years in a row. So some of you fanboys are going to be upset, but you have to have minimum 4 new playoff teams. So my new playoff teams yesterday, I had Seattle in the playoffs. They didn't make it last year. I had Atlanta winning their division. I believe in Michael Penix. That was a new playoff team. Here I've got the Patriots and Bengals. I'm forgetting somebody in the NFC. So, and I wherever Aaron Rodgers lands, if he goes to Minnesota, I had the Bears yesterday, my bad, as a wild card team. So wherever Aaron goes, if he goes to Minnesota, my guess is he's a backup by like October. They're going to start J.J. McCarthy. If he goes to New York, they're not getting past Philly and Washington. If he goes to Pittsburgh, he probably is worth a game over Russell Wilson. But Russell Wilson was really good until the end. And all the rah-rah stuff just doesn't pan out at the end of the season. And so I don't think Aaron's going to change the dynamics of any division in football at this point. Again, last 30 games, he's 11-19. His passer rating's under 90. That's with Matt LaFleur. That's with it was the Jets. Well, that was also Green Bay. So most of those games, majority of them, or close to majority or half, they were Green Bay games with Matt LaFleur. So he didn't make the playoffs last year. They lost to Detroit at home. Remember that? That was the last game of the regular season. So
you want some pushback or no?
Yeah, I do, of course.
This is tough.